deflating is it when there's so much focus, so much hype all week, and it's 21-0 really before you even think?
Yeah, I mean, anytime you play a good team like that, and you hurt yourselves early on, and you're playing catch up, it's very hard to come back from. Like I said, they're a very well coached team. Had a ton of athletes out there, and we knew that it was going to be a challenge, but when we put ourselves in bad positions early on, you can't do that against a team like Alabama.
Devin, just how are you feeling after that? I mean, you took a lot of shots today.
Yeah, I mean, it sucks to lose. It's definitely tough. Every time I step on the field, my main goal is to win for my brothers. And walking away from the field, not having that outcome is just tough for me. But I'm still going to be resilient. I'm still going to come back, watch the film, get better from it, and attack practice like it's my last, like I always do, and we'll bounce back from this.
Well, I guess I meant more like physically, like how you're feeling after that.
Yeah, physically, I mean, took a couple hits, but I feel fine though.
There was a stretch there where you all had the ball in Alabama territory, I think 3 straight possessions, but didn't get any points there. What kind of went wrong, and what are you going to do to turn that into scoring drives?
Yeah, I mean, definitely went wrong by not getting any points out of it. Like I kind of say, going against a team of that caliber, that just can't happen. I'll put it on myself, not managing and, maybe not making the best throw or best decisions. But at the end of the day, we all need to look at ourselves and, just see how we can get better from that. Just understand that, when we are down there, a screw has to turn on that, a little bit more momentum or a little bit more motivation to get in the end zone or to get points out of that scenario, because those are critical, and in this league every possession matters.
I'm sure you haven't looked too far ahead of South Carolina, but they score a lot of points. You're probably going to have to go do that down there. How do you kind of get that sense of urgency within the offense that you need to have an explosive performance to be able to get a win on the road?
Yeah, I mean, I think we've shown it. I think we've shown it in the past of, different sparks that, we can be explosive. We have many guys that can, go potentially take the ball to the house on just an easy completion or easy run. But for us, it's about putting it all together, making sure that we're doing it for 4 quarters, and then honestly just playing complementary to our defense too. When those guys get a stop, offensively, we got to rally together and make sure that we capitalize on that whole, complementary sequence. I think for us, offensively, we just got to, learn from this film, get better from it, and understand that we're still a good offense, that we can still have explosive plays. But when we hurt ourselves or we do things to ourselves against really good opponents, it doesn't always seem that way, but there's certain plays on the film that can show it.
Devin, both this game and the Georgia game got out of hand really early. Does that say something about this team's ability to get up for big games, or is that just coincidence, the opponent?
No, I mean, I think in both games, early on you see ourselves, have so many self-inflicted wounds, or just, whether we're hurting ourselves in penalties or me making a decision throwing the ball or, just anything. And it feels like you're constantly playing catch-up. And, honestly, playing a team like Alabama or playing a team like Georgia, if you are in a catch-up mode, it does feel like it's getting out of hand because, those are good football teams. Those are what they pride themselves on. So, I wouldn't say it's not too much about us not getting up for a big game, but, we need to be better.
Devin, specifically on the fourth and 2 point, what did you see? Kind of walk us through kind of what you saw on the field.
Yeah, I mean, it's a play that we practice all the time. Kind of just starting in one formation, shifting to another. It's a quick game pass concept. Honestly, I was just reading it flat to stick. My read told me to throw the stick, and honestly, their defensive end just made a good play. He got his hand up in the right time, batted the ball down, and on 4th down we got to have it. So I put that on me.
Devin, you mentioned a few minutes ago about like maybe you could have made some better throws, put your teammates in better positions. Was there anything you could have done differently on the Barry on play, or was that just a bang bang play where Alabama made a good play on the fumble they forced?
I mean, honestly, we were just in an empty set.
Yeah.
The nickel was, outside leverage of him. Ultimately, I think that was probably the best read to go to him. I got full confidence in Barryon, and I know he doesn't make mistakes like that. That just happens in football sometimes. So, nothing about that play shies me away from throwing the football to him ever.
That's one guys that raise jump in here.
It's just as far as Alabama, you kind of talked about it earlier. It's one thing to say watch them on film, but just going through this game live and in person, how much challenging, just how challenging is it, and just trying to go through that.
Yeah, I think they're a great football team. I think this is a team that you see week to week they keep getting better, and it's pretty funny. Jahad Campbell, who filled in today for one of their linebackers who went down, was my little brother's teammate in high school, and he's a perfect example of there's not much of a fall off when their backups hop into the game and they pick back right up to where their starters have done. So I just think it's a challenge, and just as every team in this league, there's going to be a challenge, but definitely walking away from this game, they're a very well coached team with a bunch of great athletes, and they're only going to get better.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.